Hello and welcome back to Oxnard Weekly Sunshine. This is your deep dive into everything positive and specific happening right here in our beautiful city. We drop this every Monday morning.
Yeah, and we're not just, reading a list. We dig into the event listings, the cultural stuff, what's happening locally, and pull out what you really need to know.
Exactly. Think of it as your quick guide to the pulse of Oxnard. So this is your guide for the week, starting today, November 10th, 2025.
And our mission really is to look a bit deeper, not just the what and when, but maybe the why behind some of these things. We'll glance back at the last 7 days.
Catch those great community moments.
Right. And then lay out a solid plan for the week ahead, all the way through Sunday, November 16th.
Okay, so let's dive in. A big theme last week, and really always in Oxnard, seems to be this hyper-local focus. You saw it with food, you saw it with history.
Definitely. Those two things are huge drivers here. So kicking things off with the look back. You absolutely have to start with the farmers markets. They're such a strong indicator of, well, local vitality.
For sure. The downtown one, last Thursday, November 6th, that wasn't just about picking up some veggies.
No, it's this direct link, right, between the farms in Ventura County and us here in Oxnard. Plaza Park, 5th and B.
And the timing is key, too. 9 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. It really makes it a lunch spot, pulling people into the park midday. It blends commerce and, just being out in the community.
And you mentioned certified earlier. That's important. When you see that, it means the person selling grew it themselves, locally, legally certified.
Right.
It cuts out the middleman. More money stays here. Food travels less distance. It's like an economic principle playing out right there in the park. Pretty cool.
That local focus shifted from food to history over the weekend, especially on Saturday at Heritage Square.
Oh, yeah, the guided tours there last Saturday, November 8th. Those are fantastic. It's like stepping back in time, using the actual buildings as the source material for our city's story.
And we're talking old homes. Some go back to 1876, up to about 1912. It's pretty amazing the city gathered them all there at 715 South A Street.
Well, it's more than just saving old buildings. Those exterior tours, they take about, 50 minutes or so?
Yeah, 45 to 55 minutes, roughly.
Right, and they really tell the story of who built Oxnard. The ranchers, the folks involved in the sugar beet boom, the early shop owners.
You can almost read the history in the different styles, right? The Queen Anne, the craftsman.
Exactly. Each house reflects a different moment as Oxnard grew. It's history you can literally walk around and see.
So downtown covered the farms and the founding families. But then Sunday took us to the coast, to Channel Islands Harbor.
A totally different vibe, but just as important for Oxnard's identity. That Sunday Harbor Farmers Market, November 9th, ran 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
And that location, the parking lot next to Marine Emporium Landing, 3350 South Harbor Boulevard. What makes that one special?
The big thing the sources always highlight, freshly caught fish from local fishermen.
Okay, so that's the key difference.
Yeah, it showcases that third pillar of Oxnard, the ocean. Downtown's about the land, the harbor's about the sea. So you got the usual great stuff, fruits, flowers, but also you're connecting with the maritime community, buying fish caught maybe just hours
They have
before.
a day boat catch. That's quality you don't find everywhere.
Exactly. So last week really laid it out. History, land, sea, all grounded in Oxnard's specific local strengths.
Okay, so we've used the past week to kind of map the city's different zones.
Now let's use that understanding to build your plan for this week.
All right, let's jump into what you can do in Oxnard this week, building on those foundations, but adding some culture, some fun.
Makes sense. Let's start back with the food chain. That downtown Oxnard weekly farmers market. It's happening again this Thursday, November 13th.
Same time, same place.
Yep, 9 a.m. to 1:30 p.m., Plaza Park, 5th and B.
Okay, so instead of just the basics, what's the opportunity this week, mid-November? What should people look for?
Good question. Think late season stuff. Root vegetables should be great right now. Winter squashes, definitely. Maybe the very last of some local stone fruits if we're lucky. It's your chance to really taste the season and support local farms, and it's free to just walk around.
Good point. Okay, moving into Thursday evening, something a bit different. Trivia night.
Yeah, at Magdavino Cellars. This happens every Thursday, so it's on for November 13th. It's kind of an interesting mixed trivia, but in a more elegant setting.
They describe it as Tuscan-inspired. That definitely sets a different mood than your average pub quiz, right?
Totally. It suggests relaxation, maybe a bit of sophistication. And then there's the wine itself,
Right, they're a winery.
and apparently a good one. Award-winning. The sources mention 10 different varietals. They make 4 whites, 6 reds.
Wow, 10. Okay.
So you're not just getting random wine, you're tasting specific locally crafted profiles while you test your brain. It's a cool combo for a Thursday night, intellectual and sensory.
Nice. Okay, planning for the weekend now. History's back on the agenda with Heritage Square.
Yep, the guided tours are running again this Saturday, November 15th, 11:00 a.m. to 2:00 p.m., 715 Southeast Street.
We talked about the history before. What about the experience itself?
Well, besides the houses, the setting itself is really pleasant. Those tours, 45, 55 minutes, you get to appreciate the gardens, the fountains. It's deliberately designed to be, a quaint, enjoyable scene. It makes the history feel accessible, not stuffy. Landscape architecture doing its job.
A nice, relaxed way to start a Saturday. But if Saturday is chill, Sunday sounds like it ramps up the energy.
Oh, yeah. Sunday, November 16th, you've got the mariachi brunch at Copper Blues Rock Pub and Kitchen. This is a regular Sunday thing for them.
Copper Blues, they have a pretty diverse menu, right? Not just standard pub food.
Yeah, kind of rock and roll vibe, but with good food.
Yeah.
But the real highlight seems to be the music, Mariachi Aguilas de Oxnard.
And the sources called them a premier band.
Exactly. That signals quality. They uphold the tradition, the sound, the look, the energy of authentic mariachi, which is such a huge part of our local culture here.
So putting that vibrant traditional music in a modern brunch spot
Creates this really cool cross-cultural buzz that elevates Sunday brunch into a real event,
Yeah.
a celebration, definitely a destination for Sunday the 16th.
And quick reminder, if brunch isn't your thing, or maybe after brunch, the Channel Islands Harbor Sunday Farmers Market is also happening on November 16th.
Right, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Marine Emporium Landing.
Yeah.
Fresh air, maybe grab some of that fresh fish we talked about. Two great Sunday options. Okay, let's pinpoint one specific, maybe slightly under the radar thing for this week, a real hidden gem.
I like this part. What have you got?
How about some midweek live music that ties into that local food theme?
Ooh, tell me more.
This Wednesday evening, November 12th, there's a talented local guitarist named Jake McClelland playing over at the Shores Bar and Grill.
The Shores, that's down in Oxnard Shores, right on the coast.
Yep. And what makes it a gem is how it fits together. The Shores is known for its farm-to-table menu, really focusing on local ingredients.
Okay, I see where you're going.
And Jake McClelland's music, described as blending classic and contemporary, kind of mirrors that.
Yeah.
Quality influences, old and new.
So it creates this whole vibe, local food, local music, right there by the beach.
Exactly. It's not just dinner. It's a curated local experience. A perfect example of how you can find great artistic talent and good food together, even on a Wednesday. Makes a regular night feel a bit special. #outro.
And wow, that's your Oxnard Sunshine Deep Dive. Your Wint is looking pretty full, packed with fresh food, great music, and some really interesting local history.
Yeah, we've seen how much this city values its roots, the
Mhm.
farms, the old buildings, but also how it embraces modern culture, from
Yeah.
mariachi to winemaking.
Absolutely. So we really hope you get out there this week. Don't just go to these things. Maybe think about why they're here.
Ain't it-
Support the local scene.
Buying that fish at the harbor, checking out the details on a Heritage Square house. You're part of the ongoing story of Oxnard when you do that.
Which actually brings up a thought to maybe chew on this week. As Oxnard keeps growing, how do we strike that balance, between the new things we need, development, infrastructure, and protecting the very things that make Oxnard, the history, the farmland?
That's the constant conversation, isn't it? Balancing the past and the future.
Yeah.
Definitely something worth thinking about as you move around the city this week.
Indeed. All right, I'm your host. Have a fantastic week exploring Oxnard, and we'll be back next Monday with more good news.